Hi everyone. So I was reading the cards and I accidentally hit the button, and now I got to catch you all up, and it's a bummer because I was in a really great spot. So let me get you caught up here real quick. Okay, the topic for today is narcissistic rampage and the final stage. So that's the topic. Narcissistic rampage, the final stage. What's happening here? What's happening here is you've got a witch who is a Knight of Cups wanting to come in and offer you romance. Okay? So they're challenged because you are here in service with your faithful companions, your alliances, your partners. And there's negotiations. They're challenged by, they want to negotiate. They're in panic. They're out of energy. They don't have any energy. In the subconscious, they're thinking about you gaining a victory over them in this competition, in this challenge. They are addicted to your love. Even though they want to fight with you all the time and hurt you, they're addicted to your love. They're addicted to your services. They're addicted to your light. But in this conflict, they have been disconnected from that which they are addicted to. That which they have been attempting to destroy and steal from you, they have been disconnected from. They tried to destroy you by absorbing your light and making you go away. And instead, they just got disconnected from it. You're not going to get disconnected from your own vitality, your own life force. Most High God is here saying, what? So you're disconnected. So they got disconnected from the star in this conflict. They have a sudden awareness here. Because they're under judgment. And they're being martyred. Or they're under judgment for martyring you and trying to get away with stealing your light, but you survived and you made it through whatever this contract was or whatever. You made it to the next cycle. You're on the correct timeline. They didn't want you to be on this timeline. They tried desperately to martyr you and put you on another timeline. They're under judgment. They're having a sudden awareness, checking in for realignment. They are withdrawing because you've got a protectress here, giving out rewards for the fruits of thy labor. Got the Lovers in the near future. The Strength of two together, a deep love. The lens it's being looked through is the Wheel of Fortune, so destiny. In the environment, you have the Seven of Wands, so you've got protection, perseverance, maintaining control, holding your own, standing up for yourself. You're not alone. Your protectress is there. Your lover is here. So you're holding your own against these toxic, codependent people or whatever. You're holding your own against these people. And in the outcome, you've got a 10 of Pentacles, a reward. Domestic love, perhaps a home, attainment, stability, an inheritance. So here in the near future, we've got the Lovers. And we've got Vanity. Wheel of Fortune. Perception. Holding your own, standing up for yourself, protection. Home. Your home is protected. Your home is protected. Your home, meaning like it could be your temple, your house, the temple which houses your soul, your vitality. It could also mean your house of wood or whatever your dwelling is constructed out of. But there is protection here for the home from the devil. Backstory in the reverse. There's no history here. You may not know a backstory. You may not know these people. You have no history with them. They are just coming at you because that's how they do it. They want your 10 of Pentacles. But it's there. You've gained the victory. You've gained a victory and knowledge. And skill. You have become wise during this competition. And puppetry is going into the grave, manipulating others and their mind and their life and their actions and their outputs or whatever. That's going in the grave. Or they're not able to manipulate you. Their attempts to manipulate you is over. Congratulations. You are seen as a conscientious individual. You kept your mind, your house, your body, your energy, your thought processes, your outputs, all of that. You kept yourself very pure and clean and tidy. Very, very aware of yourself, your output, your status, your environment. Those ones who came against you, they're being disconnected and made invisible. they're going away. This wise guy has something going on with the body. And you're on your throne. You may get recognized or recognition. There may be some recognition at some point because you're seen as an academic. You've came through this and you have gained a lot of knowledge, and you're coming into it, the Ten of Pentacles. It's wild to me how they're addicted to your love and to your light, and yet they're brutal with how they treat. But they weren't expecting you to live, so they were expecting to drain you of your essence and just have it forever for some reason. Like trap you somewhere so they could always and forever drain you, continuously drain you. But you got free of that snare. And you don't have to offer them services anymore. And they've been disconnected from your light, from your vitality. They're panicked. You don't know the backstory. There isn't a backstory. You may not know these people. They're just addicts who've been siphoning your essence like a food source or something. Yeah, and it's a new chapter. So the witch is this Knight of Cups is wanting to come in and offer love or more, you know, a heart proposal. This witch, they want to chase after you. They are addicted to your services and to your light and to your love. But they chased you away. You gained a victory over their abuse. The truth is revealed. Everybody can see what's really going on here. They're challenged because people can see that you are a being of service and that they were causing nothing but conflict for you as you were servicing them, as you were renewing them, restoring them. They got drunk off of your essence. Unexpected outcome. You gained a victory over this conflict. You gained a victory over these addicts. They've been disconnected in this conflict. Missed opportunity in the reverse. They couldn't cause you to miss your opportunity to live your life, to come into your reward. So they're getting a sudden awareness. They're under judgment. There's death here and martyr. Disconnect. They're being martyred for what they've done. And Queen of Pentacles is here delivering the reward, and you're coming into family. This is family. This is a mother figure. This could be a potential future mother-in-law. Maternal instinct. Family. she feels responsible for you. Martyr, vanity is being martyred. Vanity is receiving death, judgment and death. Shadow. The Lovers are here. The Wheel of Fortune has turned. Somebody has a narrow perception. They have a narrow perception, or they had a misperception. And they neglected to give you what you needed. And they're out of time. It's too late to take any action. So you've got the Seven of Wands here. Your home is protected. Your home is protected. Standing up for self, you are protected. Your destiny is protected. Space. You've got space. You've got time to think. You've got time to think. You don't have to rush. This devil, these codependent people with no backstory, or without a backstory that you're aware of, they're not in your space. They're not allowed in your space. Yeah. Shadows. They're not allowed in your space. You're coming into a Ten of Pentacles. You've learned a lot. You are an academic. Oops. Academic. You've learned a lot of knowledge, and you're able to share that knowledge through your endeavors into these shadow side, while you were dealing with these people who were bringing conflict to you. You gained a lot of information. You learned as much as you could about as much as you could. That which was happening. You were undercover, and now it's time for people to get what they gave. Reciprocity, and you are coming into a Ten of Pentacles for all of the knowledge that you have brought forth. You are getting rewarded with a Ten of Pentacles. So in your travels, in your spiritual travels, or in your spiritual work, or in your 3D work, or whatever work it is you are doing to combat corruption, to combat theft, to combat abuse, to transmute the dense and heavy energies of suffering, you did it. You did it with love. And you're connected to somebody. Working with them. The strength of two together. We've got disagreements. Somebody's in disagreement. They wish you understood how they feel. You are irreplaceable. And they are reminiscing about the inside jokes. And people are gossiping about how they were hurting you. How they were laughing about it. They made mistakes. They want forgiveness. But they're being held back because they're liars. They're being held back from a soul contract. Because they're liars. And they want to escape. Because they have habits and they don't think they'll ever change. And they've been disconnected from you. They have no light. They have no light. They were envious of your light. They tried to steal it from you and make you extinct while wearing your essence. But they weren't going to make you extinct. They were just going to trap you and siphon off of you for cycle after cycle after cycle while you suffered. Because they're drunk on your love. They're drunk on your pain. They're drunk on your light. And you're free. And you're with somebody new. You're not alone. There's a lover here, and there's a mother here. And you've got all the space you need. Nobody can come into your space. Nobody can come into your space. You're free to just relax and take your time to think about what's been going on. Your home is protected. I gotta reiterate that because that's really important for you to understand. Gratitude. They're chasing after you. This witch is chasing after you because you are thankful for this life and the opportunities it presents. They need your attitude of gratitude. They need your light. They need your love. They need your energy. They're chasing after your energy. They're chasing after your attitude of gratitude and the energy that produces. You're a being of service. The truth is revealed. You with an attitude of gratitude, you offered service, and that is the truth. You were not neglectful of these people. You never neglected them. You survived them. See, you are about relationships that are for the higher good. This is you. A being of service, and that's the truth. You have gratitude even for these trials and tribulations because you've gained. Maybe not in status or recognition, but you have added to the value of your soul, of your essence, of your vitality. You have increased yourself through this experience. And they're in grief. Because not only are you taking what you once had, you're taking that 10 of Pentacles that you've just earned as well. And the 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is here giving out the 9 of Pentacles. So she's in abundance. She is giving everybody what they deserve. And you're out there with the 10 of Pentacles. Everybody's getting what they deserve. Man, I am. And there's happiness. Happiness. There's happiness that you were successfully victorious over this. People are happy. It's a happy time. Unexpected outcome. These ones are addicted to your energy, addicted to your love, addicted to your pain, addicted to your gain, addicted to everything. They're in regret because they've been disconnected and they couldn't stop you. They could not force you to miss an opportunity. They couldn't do it. The Queen of Pentacles is here. And this is familial responsibility. This Queen of Pentacles is the mother Please do what you need to do with the genders. I'm reading according to the cards. This Queen of Pentacles is the mother protectress of the wife or soon-to-be wife. Or she is a protectress regarding relationships that serve the higher good and the truth. And she's not going to let anybody get in the way of that. She's a friend. Loneliness. Loneliness. So these ones could be getting some sort of loneliness lesson. It could be that you know you're never alone, even though you may be alone. You're never alone. You got all this going on around you, and you know, yeah, you got love. You're an abundant, limitless being. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. Love. See, they're addicted to your love. You've got this pure, sweet love. And they stole your love and replaced it with big bags of crap. And made you walk around and carry that. And said, look at that person over there covered in crap. Oh, look at them. They're just ick. Ooh. While they were siphoning your happiness, siphoning your love, throwing pain and shame at you, you know, messing with your mind. Messing with your mind from the shadow side. Before you were aware what was going on in your subconscious, all that stream of negative self-talk. It was word spells from those who were envious of you, this vain person. They wanted you to see yourself as ugly, so they cursed you with a mind that was cycling around with negative self-talk. You were cursed. They wanted you to curse yourself, so they planted the seed and the program, and it was running in your mind over and over and over again how you were cursing yourself with this negative self-talk. That was a curse from a vain person. They were cursing your love. Love for self, love for others, love with others. They had a very limited perception of you. They neglected to give you what you needed. And they got themselves disconnected from the prize. And they can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. Because both sides of this situation are seen. They were envious and prideful. And you were disciplined. And even though you didn't know what was going on or what you should do, you tuned in to your intuition and you followed your guidance. You listened to that still inner voice. You know, sometimes the world gets really loud. They can't get in your space. Your home is protected. They want forgiveness. They want forgiveness. They've been kicked out of your space, out of your energy. They've been kicked out of your energy. These codependent people, they're hiding the history. They're trying to cover up the backstory, or they didn't really have a reason to do this. They just were being cruel. They don't want to surrender. The devil is hiding stuff. They're a reflection. They're out of energy. They're disconnected from the star. Yeah, lack of energy, reflection, shadow. You're in your 10 of Pentacles. You've learned a lot, and everybody's getting what they deserve. Everybody's getting what they deserve. They failed to blame you. They failed to blame you for their actions and their absurd illusions with all of those many doppelgangers working the spirit realms, you know, wearing masks, pretending to be you. They failed to blame you for those actions. They failed to blame you but they're going to get what they gave. All that stuff that they did, trying to pin it on you, all that evil stuff that they were doing wearing a mask, trying to pin it on you to make you appear a certain way, to cast this illusion, it failed. Oh my gosh. And now they can't blame you for that responsibility, of that. Messed up. They're guilty. It's weird how somebody's addicted to your love, but they want to brutalize you while taking it. They don't want you to have love, but they want to take it all from you. Isn't that weird? It's like they want to take love from you, but they don't want you to have it. How can you supply love if you're not permitted to experience it? That's just weird. I don't understand it. False person, witch, Knight of Cups, coming forward with a proposal, wants to be your lover because they're facing a coffin. They see that you are you're thankful for the opportunities that you're getting, and they're chasing after you and your opportunities. The truth is out here. You are somebody that it's beneficial to be in a relationship with you, because you are a being of service. You benefit the higher good. So they want to be your lover because they want to negotiate. They're trying to weigh their options because they've been disconnected from you and they're in panic. They don't have any energy. They don't have a light within them, and they were siphoning off of you. They were harvesting off of you. They want to do that still. So they want to come in and say, hey. So they're in the courthouse over the work they did against you. And they've been cut off from you. They've been cut off. In the spiritual court, they've been cut off, and they're coming back forth because they want to reconnect. But you've gained a victory here. So you've gained a victory in the spiritual court. Everybody's happy. And it was an unexpected outcome for those who were addicted to your love. They thought they could trap you, snare you, treat you like dirt forever. They're not high honor. They don't have any honor. There's no honor. They're in regret. They've been disconnected from the start over this conflict. They could not cause you to miss your opportunity for a bright and loving future. They're going on a journey. They're being martyred. They're under judgment. There's death here. They've got a sudden awareness. Oh my goodness. And now they're lonely. Queen of Pentacles is here with protection and divvying out the rewards for people's effort. And it's familial responsibility. This could be the mother of the lover that is coming together with you, star being. Expectations and gift. This vain person had an expectation of a gift. Work in the shadow side, work in the mind. They're still doing that here in the near future. They're trying to do that. Their expectation is to come out with the gift of this lover. They could be doing love spells, trying to pose as the main female. She's trying to pose as the main female. She's doing mirror magic or something. She's doing mirror magic and planting seeds within the mind of somebody from the shadows. And she's trying to be somebody's lover. And her expectation is that she will get to be with somebody who has a gift. Love spells, messing with the mind, messing with somebody else's free will, messing with somebody else's potential future for their own greed and need, disrupting an innocent person's life, trying to appear as the main female, as the official person. She's committing identity fraud. Because she's under adjudication. Yeah, she's under adjudication for fraud, and she's facing poverty. And she needs money. She needs a house, and she needs wealth. And she's in bad health, and she can't get you out of her mind. She, or this Knight of Cups, these witches. It's a Knight of Cups and a vain woman. They're false people. There's witch here. Addiction. They're addicted to your energy. They're drug addicts. They're addicted to your energy. It's family room. They're doing something in the family room, somewhere in the shadows, or something dark in the family room. They're trying to screw up somebody's perception of you. Yeah, we got Privileged Lady. Privileged Lady knows exactly what's been going on both sides of this. She has a clear understanding of what's been happening. They neglected to give her what she needed. The wheel of destiny has turned. Her home is protected. They cannot get into her energetic space or her mental body or any of that. They're asking for forgiveness. They weren't able to get a marriage. They're not able to get a marriage, a contract. They can't get a contract with this person. They can't reconnect or connect in any way to the pathway of this person. This devil, hiding a backstory. There's a reflection. They don't want to surrender. They want forgiveness. For them, forgiveness is permission to continue hurting you. For them, forgiveness is permission to continue being in your energy. They're in poverty. They have no energy. And again, they're under adjudication for what they did to you, for siphoning off of you, for leaving you with nothing, for partying it up, high on the hog, high on your life, while you were, what, overweight, sluggish, having no drive or desire to get involved with anything. They stole your vitality. Mature woman and a wealthy man failed to blame you for their deeds. Their illusion wasn't strong enough. It failed. Self-love. Self-love. You love yourself. You love self. See, you were pouring into self. You were pouring into self, and they were pulling from you and partying, having a great time on your life force, on your vitality. They are addicted to your energy. They were partying, high on the hog, feeling so alive. And they kept draining you and draining you and draining you, and you kept filling up your cup and filling up your cup and filling up your cup and plodding along and plodding along. And then there came a day when they were disconnected and they couldn't take from your cup anymore, and then you kept pouring in, and whoa, before you know it, you got a couple cups overflowing because nobody's draining them anymore. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. They're like, wait a minute, what happened? Somebody saw what was going on. Somebody discovered the truth. Merit. The witches tried to destroy self-love, tried to destroy a good, honest human who lives life with gratitude. Even when they are in suffering, they know that there's got to be a greater reason for it, and they are patient and they persevere and they earn their merit and they gain recognition and reward, for which these ones want to come in and steal it. And how do they do that? They're like, oh, that one's got a prize. Oh yeah, that one's got a prize. Let's go fall in love. They're stressed out. It could feel like they got bugs in their mind. They might feel like somebody's in their mind. They're being stopped. The court has stopped them. They are in the courthouse over the work that they've been doing, and they've been stopped. They're frustrated. They don't have any energy. They've been disconnected from your healing services. Their rituals backfired. They couldn't stop eternal love, or they can't take part in eternal love. So their rituals backfired. They don't get eternal love. They're not high honored. You, on the other hand, gain a victory over this petty crap, and you're going on an adventure. It's something to be happy about. These ones are regretting ever bringing conflict to you because they're in despair over this disconnection. They couldn't cause you to miss an opportunity. They have no self-love. Their friends are all leaving them. Their friends are fighting. Maybe they're fighting with their friends. Martyr, they tried to martyr you like over and over and over again. They tried to martyr eternal love over and over and over again so that you couldn't have it. You know, just you. They thought they were going to walk into it and you would never have it. But it was their utterance. It was their vibration. It was their signature, their energetic signature. Even though it's only a reflection in the shadows, it still belongs to them. It's wild. You didn't get with the program. You're not getting with the program. Confinement. They're under judgment. They're being martyred. There's death. There's confinement. There's loneliness. So there's separation. And you're moving into family. A very nice life. And these ones are getting loneliness. Look, they got loneliness up there, death and loneliness, and you got loneliness here. These ones are trying to curse you with loneliness, but it's exactly what they got. They're trying to offload their verdict, this courthouse verdict. They're trying to offload that verdict onto these lovers here. And they're expecting to swap destinies here in the near future. They're stressed out because you were worth saving. They're stressed out because you were saved. They're stressed out because this Queen of Pentacles and this lover, whether it be her son or her daughter, or however you want to make that work out for you, however it fits in your story, but they want you to be part of the family. And they're stressed out because they can't mess with you anymore, not like they were. And the truth is out. Like these ones, they worked diligently to bring forth the truth. The truth is revealed. You're a being of service. You constantly fill your love cup full, and then you pour it out into the world. You share it. But you have to fill your love cup, and from the love cup, you pour into the world. And these ones didn't want to wait for you to divvy out the love. They wanted to trap you and drain you, and that's what they did. They didn't want the excess. They wanted to keep you in a drained state so that you didn't have anything. So that it was constant struggle. You were constantly in that survival. You constantly had to be in filling the love cup mode. You couldn't relax. Otherwise, you'd fall into this depressive state. You had to continuously be generating. And you're okay. You're okay. You've gained a great deal of empathy through this experience for others who have been perhaps managing similar situations. memories. They didn't get a marriage with you. They can't come into your energetic field. They're remembering what it was that they've done to you. They want forgiveness. They are low energy. They're under adjudication. They're a mere reflection. They have no energy, and they're in poverty. They're in energetic poverty. They don't want to give you up. They don't want to surrender. It's a double energy. They don't have any energy without you. You're their food. You're food. You are food. But you're having sweet dreams. They don't want to surrender, but they're in court facing poverty, and they are poverty, and they're under judgment. You don't have anything to worry about. You're at ease. Yeah, this wealthy man and this mature woman failed to blame you for the actions they were doing while wearing masks, while pretending to be you. Their illusion failed. This Queen of Pentacles here worked very diligently to pull forth the truth, to reveal the truth. She feels you are worth saving. These ones are stressed out. They got to live and learn. They're protesting because they're cursed. They were trying to rob you. They were trying to curse you with illness and such, with illness and loss. They're protesting. They were trying to rob you and curse you with illness and loss. It was their utterance in the world. It was their request to the universe. They told the universe that this is what they wanted. And they were wearing a mask, pretending to be you. But the universe, like, they don't see faces, right? They see energetic signatures, and these ones they're not connected to you. They can't dress up in your energy. And even when they were, there's only one who embodies the energy, who generates the energy. So you generate the energy. You are a generator. These ones are manifestors. They copy your energy. So they manifest off of a copy. So most people are manifestors, and you are a generator and a manifestor. They didn't expect that. They didn't expect you to be able to create something out of nothing. They figured they could drain you to where you had nothing, and that you would just be stuck there with nothing, and you could never get beyond it. But you took all that darkness that they were, and you encompassed it, and you like transmuted it into something beneficial for yourself. Kind of like the trees do with oxygen and stuff. You took it all in, and you did magic. You're an alchemist in the Supreme. You took somebody else's intentions for you. You took that whole, whatever big energy blob, all these folks drummed up and packaged up especially to put on you. You took all that over and over and over again, and you alchemized it. Alchemized it. You are essential for a healthy world. It's not really about status or title or importance or any of that. You are essential for a healthy world in the way that you transmute dense energy, in the way that you constantly have an overflowing cup of love. You know, you are this powerhouse of walking. You're a walking purifier. You're a walking purifier. They're getting the memo. Getting the letter. The truth is out. They've been stopped. Gift. They don't get the gift. They don't get the gift. Their rituals backfired. They don't get eternal love. They're going on a journey. And this sucks, you know, because they're addicted to love and they have cursed themselves to eternity without love. Lord in reverse. It could be their prayers aren't being answered. It could be that the Lord has turned his back to them. They're facing imprisonment for lying against this wife for money. The Lord has turned his back on them. And they're addicted to her love. And they have cursed themselves to eternity without it. Lover. They couldn't cause you to miss your opportunity for love. They couldn't keep you away from your lover here in the near future. And the Queen of Pentacles is here to make certain that you arrive at your destination. She's locking everybody up. She's serving up a big old cup of misfortune for these ones. Judgment, death, misfortune, martyr, confinement, captivity, loneliness, They've been doing shadowy stuff in a family room out of vanity to affect the mind. They're stressed out. It's backfiring. A service. Somebody's offering a service and they're stressed out. They're stressed out about a service that they paid for to affect the imagination. They paid for a service trying to affect the imagination of this couple, these lovers. Sweetheart. Onto a sweetheart. But this sweetheart is going to be saved. Her family is expecting this gift. She is a gift. Eternal love. The gift of eternal love. She is a star, a spiritual fortune, an overflowing an endless, overflowing cup of love. They had a really limited perception of you. They really had a degraded opinion of you. They didn't think you were shit. They thought you were nothing. They thought you were nothing. Eternal ... Something that they could abuse in any fashion, any way that they wanted to at any time, because you were constantly in their grip. And the Lord has turned his back on them for what they've done to you, because maybe you were this person's wife, or maybe you're part of the church. When they say the Lord's coming back for his bride, and the bride is the church. Some people say that the bride is a singular woman, and you can just take this as it resonates for you. If the wife is the church, and the Lord is turning his back on these people for what they did to family. If it's a singular person, then it could very well be that she was here in service, and that they martyred her and then spun a grand illusion to make it look as though she was garbage, worthy of suffering and eternal imprisonment. And they got the truth out here. Rigorous, dedicated research and verification, time after time after time, to get to the truth. House. They're thinking about this house. They can't stop thinking about this house. This home that's defended. This privileged lady's house. Her home is defended. They did not get a contract. They can't come in and take the house from her. They're remembering what it was they did to her. This servant wants forgiveness. You're having sweet dreams. You're seen as faithful. In the court, you are seen as faithful. You never surrendered. You did not surrender. These reflections are in poverty. They have no energy without you. They were literally dressing up in your love energy, pretending that they were love, while abusing you to the nth degree and everything that you loved. They're trying to hide the backstory. They're trying to hide evidence. They're trying to hide evidence from the court. You never gave up. You're having sweet dreams. You're seen as faithful. Yeah. And these ones are in poverty. It's like, wow, man. They need consolation. They need consolation over an upcoming wedding. The lovers are coming together. You're coming together in your eternal love. And they have cursed themselves because their curse backfired, their ritual backfired. They have cursed themselves to eternity without love. They don't get a wedding. No marriage, no wedding, no contract. Loneliness is what they get. It's reciprocation. It's what they gave this privileged lady. She had nobody to help her or to support her or to pick her up when she couldn't stand up in this conflict. They just kept hurting her and hurting her and hurting her. They're surprised and they're in despair that this reunion is happening. They thought that they were going to be able to stop it. They're in sorrow over your fortune. They're in sorrow because you have your vitality, because you have control over your life force essence, and they're dying. They have no life in them. You were their life. You were the source of vitality for them. You were their 10 of Pentacles, their 9 of Pentacles, their love cup, their star, their rejuvenation, their eternal youth. Their love. And they never let you have any. They did all these horrible things wearing a mask, pretending to be you, saying you deserved eternal punishment. But it was never you. It was this thief. Well, I hope this confirms something that you already intuitively know, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.